I'm going to show you how to make this in a 5x7 hoop. It will take 2 hoop ins and then you sew the sides up. So this is the design. It holds 4 golf balls. This is the 7x10 version, so this is just 1 hoop in, but this one is 2 hoop ins. So first of all, stitch the outline onto your stabiliser. Just pause that, I can fast the stitches up a bit. It's just unthreaded. Put that back up. Great start. Oh, that keeps missing. Why does that keep missing? There we go. Basically it's just doing a placement so that you know where to put your materials. So this bit does the flap section and the back. Now I need to take I'm going to have this one as my flap section and the back. This is going to be my lining, and this is going to be the front. So that colour will sit over that colour on the design. So I want this one on first, and that's my lining. So I'm going to remove my hoop. Back of the hoop, I'm going to use a little bit of temporary spray adhesive just to hold my lining over the back. Place my hoop back on the machine, and then, is that right? I think that's right. That's my flap, and this is the back. I don't know if did I say that one? I think that one, probably that one. I'll put that one over the top. That will be my flap on my back. I'm going to use white stitches, white top and bottom. Just giving me all of the placements now for the rivets. Now it's given me the placement for the inside part on the flap, which is this part here.
Now, as you can see, there's a section here that's not going to get used. We're going to use that on this flap here. So I'm going to cut as close as I can to this, and that should go over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten up this line here a bit better. It was only a tiny bit out. Turn the hoop over, and then use a bit of tape. We've got guides, these are our guides here. So if you're doing the one hoop, oh, that was me, I just pressed the button. If you're doing the one hoop one, when you come up to this will be the last step, I think. But because this is the 5x7, so this has got another hoop in. So yeah, just line it up. Put a bit there. And a bit there. Just need to stop it from moving, really. I'm going to go over that part on the flap again. It, so that section's done. So if you're doing the larger version, it will be finished now. Then you'll go to stitching it all up, cutting it all out and stitching it up. But because I'm doing the 5x7, I've got one more hooping to do, so I'm going to stitch the second part out now, which is the back of the bag now. So get the stabiliser. I'm just putting a bit of stabiliser in my hoop now, and then change to number 2, which is the back section, and stitch out the placement onto the stabiliser so I know exactly where it is. And while that's doing that, tear out my stabiliser. Come on, thread. Threaded. Is it threaded? No. I don't know what's wrong with this today. No, it doesn't want to thread. Why? What have I done? Let me change this needle. Maybe it's my needle. Got one here. Make sure I get around the right way. Put that down. Right, let's try it again. Lift that up. Done it first time. Maybe it was with a needle. Right, okay, so what are we doing? Stitching out the placement. Now that the placement has been stitched out, we're going to put the lining over the back. So I'm going to use a little bit of spray adhesive again. Lining over the back. This isn't quite 5x7, but I've cut it as 5x7. But I'll put the exact measurements in the PDF. But it's better to have too much than not enough. Right, so we've done that bit. I'm going to put that bit over there. Right, so the bottom of the front section, I haven't put a line across. So line your vinyl up with, just go just a little bit over it and stitch it down. Because this is a two-part, this flap here will go in there. So I'm going to cut this one up now. Make sure your scissors are nice and sharp so that you get a really good finish. These ones, they've seen better days, I think. I feel them a bit, they feel a bit gritty, if you know what I mean. What's happening today with my machine? Maybe it needs a really good clean out. I haven't actually cleaned it since I've come back after Christmas, so maybe it does need cleaning. Put my pin in, my needle in my needle pot. You'll notice on the other side as well, you've got all these little knots that you need to trim up. I'm going to use my little snips and just trim them up. These are your guides for your rivet or whatever you're using.
just to show you where to punch the holes out of. And she's going to give me my guides now. That's a bit better. Right, so remember I said the lining is underneath. This is the top fabric and this is the lining fabric. Yep. What we're going to do is now we're going to turn this upside down so it's outer and outer, and we're going to put this inside here and stitch these both together. You need to make sure that it's in, right in, because you need to stitch it together now. I think that's caught it, but I'm not quite sure, so I'm going to push it in a little bit more. If I get it right in, I can feel where it's going to be. And it feels like it's like there at the moment. That's too low. About there. Right, I'm going to put a bit of tape on that so it doesn't move, and then I can just pull the tape off after. So I can feel where it's going to stitch. And then I'm going to stitch these both together. Breakage. I think my machine needs a good clean. It's not working very well today, is it? Back up a bit. There we go, and then that's done. Yeah. It'll collaborate and end up in the middle, but that's fine because it won't catch on anything. So remove the tape, and you need to trim off your excess if you're not happy with that, and then remove from the hoop and trim everything out. So I've got a little bit of tidying up to do around here. I'll get my lighter on that. That will go fine. Yeah, let's trim that up now. Try not to trim that knot off. Get my lighter on that, I think. Stay there, don't go anywhere. So when I get a fluffy knot, let me turn this light on. When I get a fluffy knot like that, I'll use a lighter and very quickly and very gently just go over it, and it tightens it all up together. So
these bits are the bits that the T's go in. This is the front part. This part here, sorry I'm not making much sense, this part here, this bit is, these bits are these, and this bit here is this section here and that to go over the belt. I've made the flap just a little bit longer on this one because I had extra room in the hoop, so I could make it a little bit longer. So I'm going to remove all of the stabiliser now, trim it all up, and then we're going to sew it all together. So that's that. To sew it together I'm going to be using my 4x4 hoop, and I'm not using my sewing machine because I find my 4x4 hoop is super quick and I prefer it. Right, so back in a minute. Get my pen. I've trimmed up this part here that I've added, that I did here. I've just trimmed this up and also done the same to the lining. What will happen is we're going to stitch out the placement now for the sides. Oh, wrong one. I didn't even put the right. Turn that one. Oh, I haven't even put it on there yet. Oh dear. Could have sworn I put it on there. Right, okay. So we want to stitch the placements onto the stabiliser. Where is it? Oh, one of those days. Right, so the stitch line is going to be on the outside of the bag on this design. As you can see, it's here. It's on the outside, so you will see the seams. They're not on the inside. So what you need to do is you're going to line that up with the top of this line here. So push the bag back, and that's what you're going to do. So we're going to do this side first, because I find this side, because I'm right-handed, this side is easier for me. So we're going to line them up first, and I'm going to put that over my stitch line, holding them really tightly, and I'm going to lower my needle into the top corner like that, so then that will stop that from moving anywhere. Then I need to push these back, get them both sitting over the stitched line like that. Just try and move everything out of the way. Okay, so that's it like that. If you want to, you could put a little bit of tape over here now, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to get it done. And then it's going to go over to the other placement, and I'm going to rip this off. Forgot to tell you, make sure the stabiliser is going up that way, because it comes off really easy when it goes up the right way. If you're trying to go against the stabiliser, it's a bit tricky. Right, we're going to turn this one upside down. Again, match your stitched line over your bag, and we're going to put the needle in this corner here today. Today. It's not a different day, is it? This time. Just going to put the needle in that top corner there. There. Is it that one? Come. Try it again. Put it over. Get it in. Lower the needle. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I got a bit of a sniffle. And then the last step will be the needle being stopped here, because if it went back into the middle it would likely catch on your bag. So then rip that out as well. Tidy up these knots, the tie off ends. That is that's the placement that I'm ripping off there. It's not actually the stitches that I've stitched into the design. Lighter over that again. Just burn them bits down. Super duper. Right, so now we need to add the side bits and the magnetic part that goes over like that, but that's it so far. So I will show you how to add the bag bits shortly. Okay, so if you're doing the larger version, this is exactly the same on both of the sizes. So first of all you need to punch out all of the holes. Now this one here is going to be using smaller rivets because I've only got 5mm rivets. These ones here, they're only 5mm, but I've got these ones here, these are 6mm, so I'm using these ones here for this one here. But if you can get 6mm rivets, then brilliant, stick with the rivets. But I'm using rivets and what are they called? They are called binding screws. Binding screws. So these ones use rivets, so these only need a little hole. Right, so they're the holes for that part there. I'm going to cut them holes out of the bag so that I can show you where that bit there goes. So that bit is for the belt. So first of all, it's going to go on the bag like that, but it needs to be added to the bag upside down first. So pop your rivet in the hole and add a cap and then squidge together, and again with the other hole. It's not quite lining up. I had a little bit of a shifty round with the design and it doesn't look like I've remembered to move the hole over, so I'll make sure that I move the hole over for you. Yeah. So that's in there, and then what you do is you pull that back down and add a rivet to the bottom. The rivet goes on the outside of this part, and then add a cap to the inside of the bag, which is, let me find it, trying to work candid. Right, it's in there. So that hole will not come on yours, I promise. Yours will fit perfectly. And then we just need to squeeze these down. So I'm going to use my cam snap press, and I'm just going to literally put it over the top, over my bag, and squish them together, so then they don't get damaged as much, because they've both got a cap. I need something to protect it, like that, and then that one can go in the cap, like so. Right, so that bit there is done, so that's the belt bit. Okay, so now we're going to add these bits here. Yeah. So first of all, I need to change the size of my punch to a bigger one, because my screws are bigger than I need than the little rivet one. Right, so I'm going to use 2 of them, and I'm going to need a screwdriver. There. Right. I think that one's big enough. Take all these bits out. Right. So punch all these holes out. 1. I do like the revolving hole punch because it gives me so many different sizes of holes. Right, so that's all of them holes done, and then I need to punch out these ones on the side. So there's one here, and there's also one on this side here. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to fold these over so they all sit over the hole, and then put this through. I'm going to have my screw part on the inside of the bag. If you're not using these, it doesn't really matter, but this is the way that I'm doing it today. So I'm going to put my screw on there. Come on, screw, when you go. Is it a bit? No. Not yet. I'm going to put my screwdriver straight in, I think. This gives me a better chance of turning it. Yeah, it's a bit now. Oh, I've got it round the wrong way. What a wally. Oh, that's probably why. It was my guardian angel saying, you've got it round the wrong way. It's not supposed to go in that way. You're supposed to have it on the outside, not on the inside. Oh, what a wally. Now I can't get the stupid thing off. Oh, there we go. Right, this part here is the outside, not this part here. Oh. I can't even call it baby brain. It's a long time since I've had a baby. Right, so I'm going to try that again. I find that sometimes when things go wrong, they're going wrong for a reason. I've obviously done something wrong. And I always refer back to my guardian angel. My guardian angel seems to steer me in the right direction. And you're probably listening thinking, what on earth is she going on about? But I do believe that. I'm going to change that, because I
that one. It doesn't like me either. That one goes on better. I can feel it already. Oh, I wish I had blooming rivets this big. It's so much easier. Do look good though. Yeah, that's alright. Right, let's get on with the other one. I'm going to see if I can use that cap on this one. Right, so sit them all over the hole. Push that through all of them. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know whether it was a bit of cotton or something. Maybe it was. I don't know. Right, I've got it around the right way, haven't I? Yes. Yes, I do. Let's get my screwdriver in there. Do any of you put the screws on the outside? I think they look better. I don't know. I might do another one and put the screws on the outside. The straight part. But they're so fiddly to tighten. You need to have something like here to hold it. They look good, but oh god, they're a pain in the bum. Okay, so now we need to add the magnet closure. Let's get rid of these ones. And now we are going to use the magnet closure. So we need one of those with one of those, and one of those with one of those, and we need a craft knife. So where's my craft knife? I'm going to use the blue one today, I think. Okay, so first of all I am going to add this part here to this part here. There's no guide, because if I'd have put a guide through it would have made a hole on the front. So I'm just going to get myself a pen. I'm going to lower my flap over my hole, and it looks like it's about there. About there. So this part here needs to sit over the guide that I've just given myself, and push down so that you leave yourself a couple of little dents there and there. With a craft knife, and being very, very careful, slice into your material, your leather or your vinyl that you're using. So you've given yourself 2 little holes. It's very much similar to adding the bag twist clasps, and you can either push them inwards or outwards. I'm going to push them out like that. So that's one part done. That's the top, and then we're going to add, this one's got the guide, so we're going to push 2 little placements over there. Just push that down by accident, but it's okay. Nope. It goes there. That's it. Pushed a little bit too hard. There's 1. Mind your fingers. And there's 2. And then again push it through, and add your backing section to it, and then just push them back. Like so, like that. And then that should meet over it like that. Right, so now I'm going to see, I didn't do these too very tight, but I'm going to see how it looks with the bag, the balls inside. Okay, so let's try these balls. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please go. Please close. Yep, that's closed. That's the bag, like that. And then I've got some very used golf ball tees, because my husband is a golfer and he loses his tees all the time, so hopefully this will help him keep them. And there you have it. Now is the bag in its glory, and now you put your bolt through there. There you go. Thanks for watching.